What you're about to hear is going to shake the wrestling world to its core. Welcome back to Wrestle Scope, where we bring you the unfiltered truth that the wrestling world doesn't want you to know. I'm your host, and today, we're diving into one of the most controversial situations in recent WWE history. Jade Cargill, the name on everyone's lips right now. The woman who dominated AEW, made her blockbuster jump to WWE, and has been positioned as one of the company's biggest stars. But what happened on stage has fans divided, angry, and asking one explosive question. Hello, viewers. If you're new here, please don't forget to like and hit the subscribe button for daily updates on WWE Raw. Did Jade Cargill intentionally plan a wardrobe malfunction for attention and publicity? That's right. The wrestling community is in absolute chaos right now. Social media is exploding. Fans are at each other's throats, and the accusations flying around are shocking. Before we go any further, hit that like button if you think this controversy is absolutely insane. And make sure you're subscribed with notifications on because this story is developing fast and you do not want to miss what's coming next. Now, let's get into this mess. The incident. Let's set the stage here, people. Let's talk about what actually happened that has the entire wrestling world talking. During a recent WWE live event, Jade Cargill was making her entrance to the ring. The lights were flashing, the crowd was going wild, and the baddest was doing what she does best, commanding attention from the moment she stepped through that curtain. This woman has presence. There's no denying that. She's a former AEW TBS champion. She's undefeated for nearly 2 years in AEW, and WWE clearly sees her as a major player going forward. But then, it happened. As Jade was making her way down the ramp, doing her signature poses and interacting with the crowd, there was a visible wardrobe situation. Now, I'm going to keep this family-friendly because we run a respectful channel here, but let's just say that her ring gear experienced a, shall we say, structural failure that was captured on camera and immediately started circulating on social media. Within minutes, and I mean minutes, the footage was everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, YouTube Shorts, you name it. And here's where things get interesting and where the accusations start flying. Fans started noticing something. They started analyzing the footage frame by frame like they're working for the FBI. And what they found has them convinced that this was no accident. First, multiple fans pointed out that Jade seemed to pause right before it happened, like she knew something was about to occur. Second, eagle-eyed viewers noticed that she didn't seem surprised or embarrassed at all. In fact, some are saying she seemed almost prepared for it. Third, and this is where it gets really controversial, there are claims that the wardrobe piece in question appeared to be loosely secured to begin with. Now, before we go further, let me be crystal clear about something. We at Wrestle Scope are not here to body shame anyone. We are not here to disrespect Jade Cargill as a person or a performer. What we are here to do is discuss the controversy, the fan reaction, and the business implications of what's happening right now in the wrestling community. Because here's the thing, wardrobe malfunctions happen in wrestling. They happen in entertainment, period. This is a physical, demanding business where performers are wearing elaborate costumes, doing athletic maneuvers, and putting their bodies on the line. Things can go wrong. We've seen it happen to countless performers over the decades. From the Attitude Era to today, these incidents have occurred, and usually they're treated as unfortunate accidents that everyone moves past quickly. But this situation, this one is different. And the reason it's different is because of how it's being perceived by a significant portion of the fan base. The accusations. Let's talk about the accusations that are flying around social media right now because they are serious, they are widespread, and they're creating a massive divide in the wrestling community. Accusation number 1. This was a calculated publicity stunt. Fans are saying that Jade Cargill, being a former fitness model and someone who has always marketed herself on her appearance and her physical presence, knew exactly what she was doing. They're claiming that in an era where WWE has more stars than ever before, where it's harder than ever to stand out, and where social media virality can make or break a career, Jade made a deliberate choice to create a viral moment. The evidence they're pointing to? The fact that Jade's social media following skyrocketed in the days following the incident. Her Instagram gained hundreds of thousands of new followers. Her Twitter mentions went through the roof. And let's not pretend that in today's wrestling business, that doesn't matter. It matters. Companies look at social media metrics when deciding who to push, who to put on magazine covers, who to build storylines around. One fan on Reddit wrote, and I quote, "This was 100% intentional. Jade knows the game. She knows controversy equals attention, equals money. She saw an opportunity and she took it. Don't be naive." That post got thousands of upvotes and sparked a debate with hundreds of comments. Accusation number 2. WWE was in on it. This is where things get really spicy, folks. Some fans aren't just accusing Jade. They're accusing WWE's creative team and production crew of being complicit in this entire situation. Think about it, they say. WWE has been desperate to create viral moments ever since social media became the dominant force in entertainment. They want clips circulating online. They want people talking. They want engagement. And what creates more engagement than controversy? These fans are pointing out that the cameras seemed to be positioned in just the right spots to capture the moment, that the production team didn't cut away as quickly as they normally would during an actual accident, that WWE's social media accounts were suspiciously quick to start posting about Jade immediately afterward, even if they weren't directly addressing the incident. One Twitter user with over 50,000 followers said, "WWE has been using shock value and controversy since the Attitude Era. This is just the modern version. They knew exactly what they were doing and they're laughing all the way to the bank while we argue about it online." Accusation number 3. This undermines real women's wrestling. Now, this accusation comes from a different part of the fan base, and it's passionate. These are fans who have watched women's wrestling evolve over the past decade. Fans who remember when women were barely given time on TV, when they were treated as eye candy rather than athletes, when their matches were used as bathroom breaks. These fans fought for the women's revolution. They supported performers like Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Escada, and countless others who proved that women could main event pay-per-views, could have the best matches on the card, and could draw money just like the men. And now, they feel like Jade Cargill's alleged stunt is setting that progress back. They feel betrayed. A prominent women's wrestling fan account posted, "We've spent years trying to get people to take women's wrestling seriously, to see them as athletes first. And then something like this happens and we're right back to square one. It's disheartening, it's frustrating, and honestly, it's insulting to every woman who's worked so hard to change the perception of what women's wrestling is." That post was shared thousands of times and created a firestorm of debate. But here's where it gets even more complicated. The defense. Because not everyone is accusing Jade Cargill. There's a massive portion of the fan base that's defending her, that's calling out the accusations as sexist, as unfair, and as indicative of a double standard in wrestling. Let me break down the defense, because it's just as passionate and just as vocal. Defense point 1. Wardrobe malfunctions happen to everyone. Jade's defenders are quick to point out that male wrestlers have had wardrobe issues for decades, and no one accused them of planning it. John Cena's shorts have split multiple times, Randy Orton had an incident during a match, countless wrestlers have had straps break, trunks rip, or other gear failures. But when it happens to a man, it's treated as an unfortunate accident. Everyone has a laugh and we move on. When it happens to a woman, especially an attractive woman who markets herself on her appearance, suddenly it's a conspiracy. Suddenly she planned it. Suddenly she's using her sexuality for attention. One viral tweet said, "The fact that y'all are accusing Jade of planning this but never questioned any male wrestler when their gear failed tells me everything I need to know about the double standards women face in this industry. That tweet got over 100,000 likes. Defense point 2. This is victim blaming. This argument is powerful, and it's making a lot of people reconsider their position. Jade's defenders are saying that accusing her of planning a wardrobe malfunction is a form of victim blaming, that it's essentially saying she was asking for it by wearing that particular gear or posing in a certain way. They argue that Jade Cargill is a professional athlete who is doing her job, that she has every right to wear whatever ring gear makes her feel confident and powerful, that she shouldn't have to second-guess her clothing choices because some people might blame her if something goes wrong. A popular wrestling podcaster said, "This narrative that Jade somehow planned this is dangerous. It's the same logic that's been used to blame women for everything from harassment to assault. She was dressed provocatively, so she must have wanted attention. We need to do better than this, wrestling community.